Amanda Bynes has joined the O and the F, but it's not what you think. Let's discuss.
DJ investigate, she gonna find the truth, she gonna crack the case here.
Please do not send any hate or honestly comments of any kind to anyone mentioned in this video on behalf of me or yourself. The purpose of this video is to give my commentary and opinion on matters of public concern. Thank you.
So Amanda Bynes has recently announced that she started an OF account. This probably made at least some people very excited, but don't get ahead of yourself. She wasn't joining to, quote, post sleazy content, but rather to chat with her fans. So this April 15th Instagram post says, quote, "I'm on OF now. Disclaimer, I'm only doing it to chat with my fans through DMs. I won't be posting any sleazy content. Excited to join." And the streets had things to say. But this whole thing made me think of Woah Vicky. She recently started announcing after the whole kidnapping thing happened, you know, the kidnapping scandal. If you missed those two videos, you need to go watch them. Now she's in the web. She's in the BJ Investigates Cinematic Universe. Right around the same time that all that kidnapping stuff was going viral and really making truly headlines, Vicky starts posting, "Text me on Telegram, hit me on Kick." And those are messaging apps. They're to message. And I just imagine like a frenzied Victoria Rose Waldrop, like just texting all day. It's like, what, she's going to text people all day on Kick and Telegram and wherever else, but she's not even allowed to hold her own phone at dinner? We'll get there, y'all. Anyway, more recently, she did announce she was also on Kick. So why is Amanda Bynes joining OF if it's not to post sleazy content? I mean, one argument a lot of people do make is that's not even what OF was originally supposed to be for, just because a lot of people do that on there. You know, it's kind of like Patreon or whatever. You just pay people to make certain customs or whatever, and it's maybe doesn't have to be that. And it's like, okay, maybe. But I think it would be disingenuous to say that that's not pretty much what the platform's known for. And you're like, why would you join that instead of Patreon then? And so one reason she might be joining is she needs money to pay her bills. You know, if people sign up for it, you get money. She's been to art school. She had a gallery show. It was rumored that she was becoming a nail tech and a cosmetologist not long ago. And maybe she's doing that because she wants a new hobby, but she might be doing it because she needs to make money. Here's Perez Hilton talking about all her gigs and grifts.
Amanda has just announced that she is joining the spicy content page. However, if you just want to support Amanda and send her some coin, financially shower her with love, great. But just be warned, you're probably not going to be chatting with her. I just noticed my tongue is orange.
But in this video, this Perez Hilton, probably AstroTurf, who knows, he gives a warning. They're probably not talking to her. If you sign up for Amanda Bynes' OF, you're probably not actually going to be DMing her. Even though she's like, the only reason I'm making it is to DM with y'all. Perez Hilton's like, you're probably not going to be DMing with her. It's like, be careful about sending money and responding to requests for Venmos. And I have wanted to talk about this for a while. It just seems like so sprawling. I haven't exactly known how to dip my toe into the waters, but it really, I guess it can really be all encompassed in this 2023 Vice article. Quote, think you're messaging an OF star? You're talking to these guys. And it features OF management agencies. One of them's called Wonderland Talent Agency, and they give some insight. He says that there is a shadowy economy that is sprouting up of these management agencies. And this is something I've talked about many times before. It's like we just starting to call stuff new stuff. Managers now, it's agents, manager. He's like not exactly sure what things are. One of them's calling him her boyfriend, her assistant. One of them calls one of them, even though he's in charge of the career management anyway. So many of these agencies, although Wonderland does deny doing this, many of these agencies hire employees, like actual workers, to be, quote, chatters. Like, what do you do for a living? I'm a chatter. That's their job. It's chatter. What's a chatter, you might be wondering? Well, these are workers who manage creators' inboxes, ghostwrite their messages, yes, including the so-called purported spicy ones, yes, like very often men. And they build, part of their job is to build intimate relationships with the OF subscribers who are often led to believe they're actually speaking with the creator themselves. According to one manager they interviewed for this Vice article, they said the creators make 50 to 60% of their revenue off of these messages on OF. So 50 to 60% of the revenue that they are generating at all is, according to this 2023 Vice article, they interviewed this OF manager, 50 to 60% comes from the messages. And again, They're hiring the chatters. The process of messaging all day, every day at any moment, obviously is just impossible once you get to like Lily Phillips level or even Woah Vicky. And so these account managers, like it's like identity pretenders. Like, what do you mean account managers? They call them stuff that's like you think they're working at a bank, counting 20s in the back or something. Or you think they're working at the, I don't know, some plate like they're working there. They're selling Verizon memberships or subscriptions. No, account managers are assigned 10 to 15 creators. And then beneath them, there's chatters. So it's kind of in the shape of a pyramid. So you have your account manager, they have 10 to 15 creators. This sounds like another oldest profession in the world type of hierarchy that I've heard of at some point recently in my life, at some point maybe. So you have these account managers, 10 to 15 creators underneath them. Creators, which I mean is another, slippery slope of words. We're just calling anything these days. Models. They're creating custom sex content. Let's call it what it is. And there's a whole, quote, shadowy economy which has come forward and sprung forward from this. Because if you can imagine, as many people as demand want to talk to Lily Phillips, then they need to have as many people as chatters. And these people are texting. I mean, some of them have to know they're not talking to these people. But the whole thing is like these men are pretending to be the OnlyFans creator. So most of these chatters are outsourced from other countries, including Pakistan, India, and Philippines. The chatters work an average 8-hour shift like regular employees normally would. And these managers, the account managers, they make big bucks. One manager interviewed for the article said that she earns 15 to 25% off of everything that the people she manages make. 15 to 20% off the OF coming in per. Like imagine you have an army of them, a group. Okay, so it gets worse. In 2021, 2 former staffers at one of these agencies said that they had to, quote, intentionally lie to, dupe, and mislead fans. There was even a lawsuit that got filed. And in the lawsuit, the staffers compared the chatter job to fraud in the lawsuit. I'm not saying that. That's what they said. I'm not saying that. I don't know. I wasn't there. Just learning about this. Not really. I've known about it for a while, but I wasn't there. Okay, and so basically they were like, yeah, it was basically like being a, quote, professional scammer. The New York Times has described this tactic as e-pimping. The shadowy economy has been described by the New York Times as e-pimping. But of course, these social media managers, OnlyFans managers, they would beg to differ. We're not doing that. That's not what we're doing. OF is a $1 billion industry, after all, this article says. And while the product might look like or what's actually sold is an intimate, personal relationship. Wait, hold on. Rewind that back. While the product, to answer the question, why is Amanda Bynes on OF, quote, while the product might look like this sexual stuff, satisfaction, gratification, what is actually being sold is an intimate, personal relationship between the creator and the subscriber. Revealing this intimacy to be an illusion, agencies can be accused of false advertising. So the article also interviewed a chatter about his pay. He said he works 8 to 10 hours a day and he only makes about £300 a month at his job, like the UK pounds. He did cite that he could make more money at a large agency, but then the working conditions would be worse. He could make £900 a month instead of $300. That still seems very low for 8 hours a day. I mean, what's a pound, like $1? But then it reminded me of this guy from Creators Inc. Remember that guy who had Harvey Levin in the intro of the Creators Inc. house, and he said he manages 90% of the top 1% of OF creators?
We are thrilled to manage probably 90% of all the A-list content creator celebrities that you've ever heard of on OnlyFans.
I made more money than my entire UFC career.
And it's like, how much money is that guy making? Don't forget, there's Woah Vicky connections there, there's Bree Stern connections there, and there's possible Gabriella Zuniga connections there. Are we starting to see the webbing a little bit, y'all? I don't know in there. Here's Vicky. What's going on with Woah Vicky? All these messaging services, the phone she's not allowed to hold, like I said. That's all I really had for that one, y'all. Just wanted to bring that to your attention. Anytime, facts ain't defamation, neither are opinions. Love you, mean, okay, bye. Y'all go to ThatSurpriseWitness.com right now and get your merch because it's going to sell out. And when it does, you're going to be like, oh, but bring me back the They Lied merch. And I'm going to be like, it's sold out. So go do that.
VJ, DJ investigate, she gonna find the truth. She gonna crack the case, yeah. It's not a lie when it's paperwork, she will expose the truth. Daily updates for you. Better subscribe like I knew you would. We gotta stand for what's right, we gotta do for the good, yeah. I don't know what y'all have heard. That surprise witness got the word. We don't believe in Scientology. I do not need your mind control on me. We don't need your conservative shifts, no. We doing right what's right for the kids. Whoa.
Y'all cannot control me. I control my own mind. You could've controlled me then. Still not in this lifetime. Can you send us down the pink angel from the heavens of truth? You don't want to debate with BJ. Studying law is what she do.